So, the name of the story. They thought crypto banks were safe, and then came the crash. So they show this Chinese investor, Jack Wang, here. Jack Wang lost hundreds of thousands of dollars after investing in a stable coin called Terra USD and a related insurance fund, VEASEY Conway, for the Wall Street Journal. Okay. Crypto firms such as Celsius and Voyager pitch themselves as good alternatives to traditional lenders. Now, first of all, let me just say my part. I haven't even read this story yet because I'm going to read it for you. I'm going to read it with you. First of all, there's a reason why. And by the way, let me, because I'm all over the place. If you have HBO Go and you haven't watched the Bernie Madoff story that they put on HBO, it's called The Wizard of Lies. You really should watch that story. Because, Bernie Madoff could only do what he did because you had a lot of greedy people who were so greedy that they were doing their best to put their money into his fund because they expected that they were going to get these gigantic returns. Now, the reason why I mention that is because if you followed Celsius or if you followed TerraCoin, the ultimate thing that they did that basically let you know immediately that they were Ponzi schemes was that they were offering returns that not even the banks nor anybody else in the market could offer. They're offering ridiculous returns. That's what Bernie Madoff was doing. He was offering these ridiculous returns on his funds, his funding accounts. Now, if you watch the movie A Wizard of Lies, there's this part where he's at a dinner party and you've got all these people running up to him. It's like, listen, I got $100 million. I got $200 million. I want to get the 5% and the 10% return. And Bernie is like, oh, well, you know what? I'll tell you what, if you give me 400 million, yeah, then we can do business. And he was holding out. He was like, no, listen, I don't want your money if it's less than 300 or less than 400 million. And these greedy motherfuckers put all their money in Bernie Madoff's pockets and then got indignant when it all disappeared. Now, about myself, there's some people with this bullshit, scared money don't make money. Well, the thing about it is the reason why I prefer real estate and I prefer savings accounts is because real estate's, when you buy a house or you buy a building or you buy land, right? That comes with you paying insurance. My house has an insurance policy. If this motherfucker burns down right now, there's only a couple of things in my house that I have to grab just for my own identification purposes. And if this motherfucker would have burned down right now, I got like safe deposit boxes that are metal and shit, gun safes that are metal. Those things will be safe. The rest of this shit, this cheap-ass television I'm looking at that came from China, my old computers, my laptops, if all of this shit were to burn down, my house insurance covers all this. I can get it back. My savings account, I have, 3 savings accounts with 3 different banks. If my money is sitting there, there's something called the FDIC. The FDIC, when I was a kid back in the 80s, only insured you up to about $100,000. After the financial collapse of 2008, the FDIC pushed the insurance up to $250,000. So if you have any bank account that's FDIC insured, if you have $250,000, up to $250,000 in that account, your money is insured. So guess what? You know what that means? That means that, let's say, JP Morgan Chase or Capital One or Citigroup or whatever, if their bank, for whatever reason, were to fuck up real bad and go out of business, your money is insured up to $250,000. So if you have like $200,000, which pretty much none of you have, with the exception of very, very, very few of you, if your bank goes under, your money's insured. You see? Insurance. So if you have a car, you have car insurance. If your car, let's say you got one of these, I don't know, I've seen Range Rovers on fire before. Like I remember I was on Francis Lewis Boulevard. I saw a Range Rover. I was passing by a brand new Range Rover. That motherfucker was on fire. If you bought a brand new Range Rover, you got car insurance. Your car insurance covers the cost of the Range Rover. And guess what? You get a new car because your insurance covered the cost of the car up to a certain amount. Point is, with this cryptocurrency bullshit, Ponzi scheme nonsense, there is no recourse. If you got your Bitcoin, let's say you were an early buyer of Bitcoin, and you got to remember, there were a lot of people who bought Bitcoin very early, but lost the keys to their Bitcoin, or lost those little computerized Tamagotchi things that were digital hard storage wallets. There were people who lost those things. There's stories about people who had old computers, had Bitcoin stored on their hard drives, lost it. People had hard drives, they threw the hard drive out, and then when Bitcoin blew up, oh shit, where's my hard drive? And then they got the fucking hard drive in a landfill. They'll never find that shit ever again. And if they do find it, chances are the hard drive's damaged, they'll never get it back. You have no recourse. You put your money into these Ponzi schemes that are developed around these cryptocurrencies. Guess what? You're not insured. It was just like when I was arguing with these idiots about the fact that dividend-paying stocks pay a dividend for each share that you hold. These idiots were trying to argue with me. They're like, yeah, well, if you put your money, if you stake your coins, you can get a dividend. I was like, you stupid motherfuckers. The whole point of a dividend is it's money that's paid to you by a corporation based on how much profit they're making. Guess what? Cryptocurrency doesn't fucking profit. Now, there are some people who tried to make it appear that cryptocurrency does make a profit, but guess what? They, as you're seeing by this article, turned out to be Ponzi schemes. So anyway, let's get into the story. They thought crypto banks were safe, and then came the crash. One Sunday evening last month, Lucas Holcomb woke his pregnant wife. Honey, we just lost $100,000, he told her. Now, just let's stop right there. If I were your wife and you walk into my fucking room and you're like, honey, we just lost $100,000. First of all, I'd be like, no, wait. We didn't lose $100,000. You lost $100,000. At that point, I'd probably reach into the closet and get my suitcase, and I would start packing all my stuff. I'd go into the kids' room. I'd get their little suitcases. I'd start packing all their stuff. Well, guess what? We're leaving you. And that's at that point, you'll be contacted by my divorce attorney. Because, honey, we're leaving you. Because you decided to gamble your children's future away on cryptocurrency after I told your stupid fucking ass, no, you're not going to the moon. No, you're not going to Jupiter. No, you're not going to Saturn. No, you're not going to Pluto. I told you not to gamble our money on motherfucking Litecoin and Ethereum and Bitcoin. But you did it anyway. Did you see that movie, Boiler Room? Did you see that? You remember when the wife said, you know what? We're leaving your ass. Did you see that? Let me show you that.
You think I want to live in this apartment the rest of my life?
Well, sometimes I'm...
Oh, please, Susan, I'm the one that got the raise. Please try and remember that. I'm the one that goes out every day and supports
you can't
this
keep
family.
using that shit, Harry. I've told you a million times that I would go out and get a job, but no, you forbid it. And then you go and use it
Look,
again.
Susan, we'll buy the house!
With what? That was our savings, remember?
The stock's gonna go up. Seth
No,
promised.
get out of it. Just sell it all tomorrow morning.
Do you think that Harry sold it all the next day? Of course not. He called in, said, I wanted to sell, and sure enough, Seth, who was the investor in the movie, he told him, oh, no, you can't do that, blah, blah, blah. He didn't sell it. He lost all his money. His wife packed up her shit, her kid shit, and left Harry. In the end of the movie, Harry gets a gun, and he goes to the firm, if you want to call it that, and they leave the rest to your imagination. I would like to believe that this day and age, Harry would have an AR-15 and he would go there and light that place up, which is probably closer to the truth of what would happen. But, they leave it to your imagination. And, I have a pretty fucked up imagination, so let's just say that's what happened. So, here we go. It says, but last month, with crypto makers nosediving, Celsius told clients it was freezing all withdrawals. And that's usually what happens. When they don't want you to take your money out, the banks... Now, and I remember this because I was actually in the mortgage industry during 2008, 2009. I remember there was this bank named IndyMac. And if you remember it, you might even be able to find video clips of it from back then, 2007, 2008. IndyMac had a withdrawal run on the bank. And that was part of the reason that the FDIC ended up raising the insurance rates from $100,000 to $250,000 total insurance. Because there were people lined up around IndyMac banks and they were trying to get their money out. And ultimately, and this is one of the things you got to understand, the reason why we had to bail out in 2008 was ultimately because what they did was they tried to make it appear that all of the banks were solvent, even if they weren't, because they knew that any bank that looked weak, people were going to make a run on that bank, take their money out, and then take it and put it in a stronger bank. So what did the government do? The government forced all of the banks to take government money to make it appear that all of the banks were okay, which obviously at this point we know that some of them were not. What was that bank called? Washington Mutual. You know, it was so funny. Washington Mutual used to be called Dime Savings Bank, or at least Washington Mutual bought Dime Savings Bank. And I was a member of Dime Savings Bank, and I actually liked banking with Dime Savings Bank. When Washington Mutual bought them, I didn't like that bank anymore because, for one thing, they closed my line, one of my lines of credit, they closed it. And this was when I was younger. I was in college. And I was arguing with my dumbass uncle, and I was arguing with him, and I was like, yo, listen, you should take your money out of Washington Mutual. And that was because I was disgusted with them. He's arguing, oh, yeah, Washington Mutual is great, blah, blah, fucking blah. So sure enough, fast forward to the financial crisis. Look where Washington Mutual is now. They're fucking gone. See, this is the thing. I have a nose for these finances. But some people try to argue with me. So when you lose your fucking money and you end up on the street, it's like then I can basically say, yeah, I told you so. So anyway, it said Mr. Holcomb had taken out a home equity line of credit and deposited the proceeds with cryptocurrency lender Celsius Network. You remember how I used to complain how these fucking fake crypto gurus on YouTube, these motherfuckers who've been paying to take out ads to convince you to buy their stupid courses, their fake-ass bullshit courses, convincing people that, oh, yeah, you could take out a mortgage on Bitcoin. You could take out a mortgage to buy your Bitcoin. Well, a lot of people were doing that. Not a lot. I shouldn't say a lot. But there were some people who were buying on margin. They were borrowing money on credit cards. They were borrowing money from their home equity lines of credit to put into fucking Bitcoin. Let me tell you, you know what makes me sick and pisses me off? I have a cousin right now. I got to go to his house today because he's having a birthday party. And when I did the RSVP for his party, at the bottom of the page was the option to give him a gift in Bitcoin. And that shit made me fucking angry because it caused me to think. I was like, now I wonder how many of these stupid fucks out here are buying cryptocurrency using gifts or using their, their retirement savings. Because I want you to notice what they've tried to do is they've tried to tie this shit into everything. Your retirement savings is for your retirement. You should not be gambling that at all. I have a pension right now. When I retire in 10 years, my pension, untouched, has been gaining its interest. I have never borrowed from it. When I retire, I'm going to have over $100,000 pension. So if I choose to move to Philippines, or if I choose to move to Thailand, or whatever I choose to do, I'm going to have a pension coming in. And then after that, I'll be a little bit older, I'll have Social Security coming in. Do you know how many people I know who fucking take their pensions and waste them? Take their pensions and spend them on vacations. Take their pensions and spend it on fucking luxury cars. And now take their pensions and are risking them on this fucking bullshit cryptocurrency. It makes me disgusted when I see this shit. And what bothers me is that in order to trick you, in order to convince you that you're going to get rich off of this idea, they show you the few kids who have a Lamborghini. They probably ain't even got it no more. I don't personally know anybody, not a single fucking person. I don't know a single person who got rich off cryptocurrency. Usually it's somebody you may have heard of. You see on an article, they moved to Puerto Rico, or they moved out of the country, they're living off the grid. I don't know a single fucking person who got rich off cryptocurrency. My family got wealthy off of real estate. I know a couple of people who got wealthy off of stock and stock trading. I don't know a single fucking not one person who got rich off cryptocurrency. I don't know a single fucking one. Not one. I can't name a single one. But they show you people driving Lamborghinis. They show you people with Rolls Royces. How do you know that shit's not rented? How do you know it's borrowed? How do you know it's not borrowed? I've showed it in my videos. There's a car rental place called Cloud9 Exotics. If I want to, I can go there right now and I can rent a Rolls Royce Ghost. If I want to, I can go there right. You can go on their website. You can see their fleet. Cloud9 Exotics. I can rent a Corvette C8. They got like 3 colors of it. I can rent a Lamborghini Aventador for $2,000 a day, I believe it was. I think it's $3,000 for the weekend. But you can rent a Lamborghini Aventador. You can rent a Lamborghini Urus. All of these motherfuckers who pop up on YouTube, how do you know that this shit's not rented and borrowed? I want to point your attention, and I know I'm rambling. If you're still with me, thank you, but I ramble. All these people these YouTube gurus and these YouTubers, these motherfuckers ran out and bought these track hawks. Where are those track hawks now? Pretty much every single person I know, and that was only $100,000. That was only $100,000. Everybody I know who went out and bought one of those things, personally, the people I know in my real life, they gave them cars back. But that Trackhawk, that thing came out in 2018. So you mean to tell me within 4 years, poof, gone. How about these fuckers with these Lamborghinis and these Rolls Royces and these McLarens? How do you know that shit's not rented? How do you know that stuff is not borrowed? How do you know that somebody didn't say, yeah, I'll give you a couple $100 and I'll borrow this car for a couple of hours so I can make a video for YouTube to tell them about my wonderful crypto portfolio? Where are they now? Rolls Royce, what was his name? Rick Ross. He came out with a video. He asked the crypto gurus, he's like, yo, where's all the money at? Even Rick Ross don't know nobody who got rich in crypto. Where's all the money at? Now, do I believe that some people did get rich? Oh, absolutely. The people who got in very, very early, when Bitcoin was like $1 or some shit, yeah, usually when a stock is $1 or something, I'll usually buy like $100 of it. I'll buy $1,000 of it. But when this stuff came out, most people who did buy it, they were wasting it. Like they were buying pizza, they were buying music, they were buying like albums because it was digital currency. They were trying to convince you that buying this shit was going to be a token that you could use. Like if you go to like Dave & Buster's and you use tokens to play video games. Let me explain something real quick and then I'll go back to the article. The reason why they want you to buy cryptocurrency is because it's easier to steal your money if your money is in a token format. A token has no value beyond what you say it has. It's just like if you get on the train. A quarter is worth 25 cents. A silver dollar is worth $1. A golden dollar is worth $1. A dime is worth 10 cents. A nickel's worth 5 cents. A penny is worth 1 cent. What the fuck is a token? A token is whatever that Subway or whatever that GameStop or whatever they say it's worth, that's what it's worth. Right now, they say a Bitcoin token is worth, what, $22,000, right? But guess what? A year ago, it was worth $68,000 or whatever it was. You've lost over 60% of your value. And what bothers me is that there's people who, when Bitcoin hit $40,000 and $50,000, these people, some of these stupid motherfuckers took out mortgages on their houses. Some of these people ran out there and used their credit card to buy this shit. Some of these people linked their retirement accounts to this shit. And yeah, I have a lot of pushback every now and then because you got to remember, the people who have lost their fucking shirts are desperate to find new ways to get their money back. So those people are never going to sell because they can't. If they sell at a loss. Look at Elon Musk. Elon Musk, he bought fucking Bitcoin with Tesla's shareholder money at $55,000. El Salvador, Naive Bukele. You don't even hear about him no more. Bought El Salvador, he bought the Bitcoin at $55,000. Even when Bitcoin was $60,000, who was the one person that you remember saying, this is bullshit, it's not getting to 100,000, it's not going to the moon, it's not going to Jupiter, it's not going to Saturn, it's not going to Pluto? Who is the one person who kept saying, it's not going to happen? That was me. So anyway, let's go back to the story because I've been rambling. I love rambling. Celsius, which filed for bankruptcy protection this month, is one of many firms that cropped up in recent years, promoting themselves as safe avenues for regular people to tap the money-making potential of crypto. Many customers are now getting a hard lesson in an age-old market's maxim and a modern one. Reaching for yield usually comes with big risk, and the crypto market in particular is still little more than a casino, lacking the regulatory oversight and legal protections of banks and brokerages. Like banks, these upstart platforms take deposits. Unlike banks, their deposits usually take the form of crypto. The crypto deposits, which typically earn interest rates far above what a bank offers, are used to fund loans to other customers. In theory, customers can leave money with these firms without betting on the volatile parts of the crypto market by relying on stablecoins, a type of cryptocurrency often meant to keep a peg to the dollar. For instance, a person could use dollars to buy a stable coin like USD coin, then parks the coins at Celsius for 7% interest. 7 fucking percent. Now let me get this straight. All of the banks in the world paying you less than 3% interest. How the fuck are they promising you 7% interest? Oh, no. We need you to deposit your money with us as a crypto coin. We need you to put your money in Ethereum first before you deposit it with us. We need you to put your money in Bitcoin first before you deposit it with us. We need you to put your money in Litecoin first before you deposit it with us. Then your fucking money disappears. Oh, but guess what? The FDIC, they don't insure your money if it's in cryptocurrency because that's tokens. That's not US dollars. Oh, but your money, it's gone. It's gone. Oh, it's gone. Celsius founder Alex Mashinsky. This motherfucker should be in jail right now. No, I'm sorry. He should not be in jail. He should be in prison You remember Bernie Madoff? And I really ask you to do this. Please, and you can tell me after you do it, go on HBO and watch the movie The Wizard of Lies, Bernie Madoff's story. Robert De Niro plays Bernie Madoff. I loved his performance. Please watch that movie. Bernie Madoff, they show how they put his ass in a prison cell, and then one of his sons, I believe it was Mark, it could have been Alex, I can't remember which one was which. One of them hung himself, and then the other one died of cancer. Mashinsky, I want to take Mashinsky, and this is what I want to do. I want to bust into Mashinsky's mansion where he's got all that stolen Bitcoin money. I want to put him in cuffs myself. I want to do it roughly and with extreme violence. Then I want to take him physically, and I want to physically throw him into the cell head first. Hopefully his head, when it hits the wall, it breaks his neck, just like that suspect they arrested, and he was on a truck, and the police paddy wagon, it bumped around, and he hit the wall, and it broke his neck. You can look, it's on YouTube. I want to throw him into the wall real hard, and I want to let him rot in that prison cell. The same way they basically, the thing about it is these super rich criminals, they go to these nice prisons like Club Fed, like we all seen the pictures. Like if you go on Wikipedia, Bernie Madoff died in a very nice prison, a very nice federal prison. I want to take Mashinsky and I want to cast him down with the pedophiles and the sodomites. I want to throw him head first into the wall in the prison. And when he wakes up from his coma, I want him to look around, and he's got these prisoners around him, and all of them have soap bars in their hand, and they're like, yeah, I'm going to drop the soap. I want you to pick it up. And they're going to make him grab his ankles. And then he's going to realize, oh, shit, I went from stealing all these billions of dollars, and now I'm in the booty house. You know what I'm saying. So, often said his platform, Alex Basinski, he says, often said his platform took deposits and made loans like a bank, but was a far better deal for customers. For 700 years of banking, there was never an option. You know why there was never an option, you fuck? It's because there's not too many options when it comes to actually legitimately dealing with money. People hand the bank their money, and they trust that the bank is going to hold their money. If I hand you $1,000, I expect my $1,000 to still be there 20 years from now. Now, if you're going to give me interest, fine. But I expect that the $1,000 that I started with is still there. That's how a bank builds trust. This motherfucker is convincing these stupid idiots to transfer their money into cryptocurrency because cryptocurrency is easier to steal. So anyway, he said in an interview with a podcast host at a technology conference before the company ran into trouble, Celsius owes its users more than $4.7 billion, according to a filing by Mr. Mashinsky in bankruptcy court. It isn't clear if they will get any of it back. Celsius owes its users more than $4.7 billion. It isn't clear if they will get any of that money back. You know what? I'm not going to read any more of this. I'm going to leave you the article. You can read it yourself because just reading this pisses me off. I want to see every single one of these Ponzi scheme thieves. I want to see them taken head first, thrown into the wall in a prison cell. If their necks break, so be it. But I want to see them just thrown, flipped. Like when you throw somebody so hard that their body literally flips, that's what I would like to see. I would gladly spend money if they would allow me to do that personally. But I know the government doesn't believe in cruel and unusual punishment. I think that's like the 8th Amendment or something. But yeah, that's what I'd like to see. Really, I would pay. I would pay $1,000 right now to be able to do that shit. But it really bothers me to see that because of the constant bombardment of lies on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, the constant bombardment, and like in my community chat, I've been sharing with you how I'm constantly bombarded with crypto thieves on Facebook Messenger. And by the way, let me talk about that real quick. Julian Carroll, we reported the account. You know what Facebook said? Facebook said, thus far, the account hasn't broken any rules, and therefore they can't do anything to the account. So when we report the crypto scammers, first of all, this person, Julian Carroll, in fact, let me just show you let me just show it to you so this way people who are newcomers, they understand what I'm talking about. Hold on one second. So if you follow my account, you'll know that this person on Facebook is a crypto scammer. It's funny because Facebook sends you a message right away asking, do you know this person? And then tells you that the person is definitely probably a scammer. And I was playing games with this person because I already know when there's a scammer, I usually play games with them. You know, they're trying to, like, as you can see, it's like, I show them that crypto is bullshit. Like right here, I show the Bitcoin is going down. And this person keeps on trying to convince me all I need to do is send her $10,000, $20,000, and then by the end of the week, I'm going to get, like 80,000 back. And you can see it right here because if you follow my community chat, you know that I've been showing you my conversations with these scammers. So for example, John, when you invest 10,000 Bitcoin under the PAM account, I can assure you of making 60 Bitcoin in 1 month's time. So I'm sorry, not 10,000, 10 Bitcoin. Do you know how much 10 Bitcoin is? 10 Bitcoin, 10 times $22,000. So let me get this straight. I'm going to give you $200,000, and somehow I'm going to make 60 times 20, 2,000, 60 times 22. But you get the point. This is a scammer, and they'll get whatever they can out of you. If you go to this person's Facebook account, which I'm going to do in a second, this person, I'm up here telling this person, oh, yeah, I want to talk to you on camera. The person never can talk to you on camera. Then when I showed my YouTube this person's profile on Facebook, these pictures are stolen. This isn't even a male and female couple. These pictures are stolen. And as you can see, somebody explained to me that these pictures were stolen from somewhere, right? So this person has this account based on stolen fucking photos. You see what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? I don't know exactly where they got them from, but they've stolen the photos from an entire family to use to hype this Bitcoin bullshit. And they're desperately trying to pump this market up. But when you report it to Facebook, Facebook doesn't immediately take down these accounts. I don't even think Facebook interrogated this person. I don't think they looked at it at all. Not only that, but if you post any news that runs contrary to what Facebook thinks, like if I post that Biden's doing a shitty job as president, all of a sudden you get fact-checked. But Julian Carroll doesn't get fact-checked. Look at this. This person works at Binance, Coinbase, all this shit. Now you're using stolen fucking photos. Happy birthday. Now these are stolen photos. So they're stealing somebody's photos. And even when I reported them to Facebook for not being this person, impersonating somebody, Facebook does nothing. If I type a comment that says women are stupid or something like that, Facebook immediately bans me for 30 days. But when I report this person for being a scam artist, Facebook does nothing. So let me tell you something. If Zuckerberg's billions, if right now Meta, whatever you want to call that shit, it's like $169 a share, down from like $350. Let me tell you something. If Zuckerberg's billions go down to zero, and I don't think it can happen, but if he suddenly lost like all his money and they find him hanging from a ceiling fan, I could give a fuck. So anyway, here he has more of these, this shit. all of these fake ass, and you can tell this isn't even the font, but these fake conversations. And you get the point. This person's showing how well Bitcoin's doing. Bitcoin's down from fucking 60 to 19,000, and you're talking about how great it's doing. This is incredible. Oh, here we go. Rolls Royces. Somebody just bought a Rolls Royce. Have you any idea that this person buy this Rolls Royce using Bitcoin? Did this person buy this Rolls Royce because they got rich off crypto? Did this person simply take a photo of themselves holding a key in front of a Rolls Royce and not buy it at all? You see my point? And it's so sad how they use greed against people. It's so sad. And even when you try to stop these people, all they do is they double down on the bullshit. And this is the videos they're showing. Look at this. Counting all this. I can't even see those dollars because you're in 720p. And this is what they're doing. They're counting all these dollars. And this guy right here, I don't know what he's saying, but chances are it's bullshit. And this is what they're doing. And they're getting away. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Counting money. Look at this. Counting money. They're always counting money because this is how they trick you stupid
that's how I feel
debt
about
slaves
this shit, man.
into
That's
thinking
all I
that these
feel,
people
bro.
are rich.
All this blue
Counting
cheese
money.
and green
Counting money.
cheese.
They got
That's all I
Shaniqua.
feel.
She counts 20s, 50s,
I feel what
and
you're
the videos
saying.
on. See what I'm talking about? See what I'm talking about?
Alright,
This
that's
is what
how
I'm
I
talking
feel about that shit, man. That's all I feel, bro. All this
Right.
blue cheese and green cheese.
Right. The Nigerian email scam gone global. Yep. Look at this. This guy with the E-Class. Did he buy that E-Class because of Bitcoin? Because he got rich off Bitcoin? Is he simply holding a box in front of the E-Class? Did he even buy that E-Class? Now here he is feeding his boyfriend. Right here, his boyfriend. He's feeding him something. I don't know what that's got to do with the E-Class. I have no idea. He's feeding his boyfriend. Here he is. He's got his sandals on. For all I know, this picture's from Dubai, and this dude is already rich and had nothing to do with Bitcoin. But this person is stealing photos and running a scam. And when you report them, Facebook does nothing. You see my point? Do you see my point? This is what I'm talking. This makes me angry. It makes me angry to think that when I see a scam and I'm trying to do something about it, that there are forces at play that are literally stopping me from being able to warn people that this scam is out there scamming. See this? Here's a picture of a red bow on a piece of shit Lexus. And we don't even know if she bought the car, if she's selling the car, or if she's standing in front of it. I've got pictures of friends standing in front of cars that they don't own nor operate. Who's to say that this lady even bought this car? It's so infuriating. And now they're coming for your pension. George Carlin said it. He said, yeah, they're going to take everything. They're going to take your Social Security. They're going to take your pension. These motherfuckers are literally trying to tie your pension and your Social Security. They are trying to tie those to cryptocurrency. And this is what I'm going to say. This is the last thing I'm going to say because I've rambled a long time. I don't even know how long this video is. I thought I was only going to be on 10 minutes. Let me tell you something. If you're stupid enough to tie your retirement or your Social Security to cryptocurrency, when you end up homeless and I see you on the street and I'm passing by you in my electric Cadillac that I plug into the side of either of my houses, I'm not giving you a dime. If you're stupid enough to put your pension or your Social Security or your income, your paycheck, if you're stupid enough to put any of those into cryptocurrency, when I'm in Bora Bora or when I'm in Hawaii or Grand Turks or whatever, and I see you on the news and they're doing a report on the homeless and they're doing a report about starving people, I'm not going to send you a dime. Not one. Not even a penny. I won't feel bad at all. I won't send you anything. Right? As much as I've tried to speak out about this, the forces that are at play trying to stop me, and all of the people, all of these fake ass gurus, and all of these people who I've had to argue with, who suddenly they got real quiet now. You know, when Bitcoin was $60,000, they're up there yelling at me, "Oh, you stupid, you don't know what you're talking about. We going to the moon. We going to Pluto." All these people I had to argue with. We going to Mars. We're going to Jupiter. All of a sudden, they all went quiet at about roughly the same time. I think that was somewhere around $29,000 per Bitcoin. That's when they all went silent. If you make the mistake of putting your money into this shit after I've told you not to, you deserve what you get.